And welcome to our program, your favorite program on ABC Amba TV, our Ambazonian history. This is a program that this year, 2023, we want to keep you very much updated with the able men and women of Ambazonia who have, for the past 6 years, from 2016 to now, that's 7 years, sorry, we're entering the 7th year. We have been making history. And we need to recount this history so that the Ambazonian people will know exactly what is going on. Yesterday was the 1st of January 2023 when I sent my congratulations to La République du Cameroon for their Independence Day. Some people were shocked. In fact, somebody said no, that Independence Day was not on the 1st of January for La République, that it was 11th February 1961. Yeah, these are young men who are just about 30 years old, 30 something years old, meaning that La République had been successfully hiding their independence for their youths. And that's why the ancestors are still sitting there. Because when you hide information, you have hidden everything that can make a people grow. Ladies and gentlemen, 2023 is here, and La République du Cameroon just celebrated their Independence Day yesterday, the 1st of January 1960. They say they were the first in the 60s, and that is true. All right, sit back and enjoy as we get ready for our program today. And I want to tell you that don't miss any of our programs as we have started off, because men and women of caliber will come in here to re-educate and teach our people their own history. Because when you know where you are coming from, you will know where you are going and how to get there. Let's call in our brother. He will give us one piece, and then we'll say a few things. Then he will come in again to tell us how we are already reigning in Ambazonia. And before you go, the 55th nation of Africa has been born, and that is the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. And the 196th country of the world, Ambazonia, has been born. I will bring you more as we get into this program. All right, let's listen to our servant, the pastor.
Almighty Father, Papa, now you love me so, and you know my name. I give you glory, Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. You know my name more than the air. You know me, you know my name. I can see your hand in my life. Lord, I see your love upon me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the view. I dey hear your voice in my heart. Lord, I feel your love over me. Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I turn around, now you are the pillow. I'm a father, you know my name. Papa, you know me, yeah. You know me, you know Every time I look around, now you are the see. Every time I look around, now you are the feel. Oh, Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, yeah. You know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name. Oh, Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Abba Father, you know me, you know my name. Papa, you know my name. Oh, Father, you know me, you know my name. Yelele, 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 yelele. Oh, oh. Abba Father.
Thank you very much, Reverend, for that um, piece that you have just rendered there. Ambazonians, once again, greetings. Televiewers, once again, greetings and welcome to our world in 2023. Let me let you know something here, Ambazonians. Today we call it 2023, but before Him who created us and made us to be on this planet Earth, the days are the same. There is no night, there is no day. There is no calendar date. But calendar dates are given to you and I so that we can number our days here on earth. There is an eternity that is in preparing, and that eternity is for those who have trusted and believe Him who has created the heavens and the earth. So you discover that even though today is the 2nd of January, if you go out there, nothing has absolutely changed in the physical. Things are continuing as they were, and sometimes even worse, because as knowledge increases, a lot of people cut off from God. And remember that it was only when Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit that their eyes were open and they knew the knowledge that they had not known before. If I ask you right now, I'll tell you that some of the animals that God created who are living with us, like the dogs and the cats and the goats and the sheep and everything, if you ask them, they will not know whether they are naked or they are clothed. So as these animals are living, that is how man was living, in innocency, and could not tell any good or any bad, was just living like the cats and the dogs. But I'm not saying that they were created in like cats and dogs, no. I'm just talking about the knowledge. And so we have come to knowledge, and because we have come to knowledge, that's why we can talk what we want to talk. And that's why we're counting days and months and years and so on. Well, I have come here to continue with our history, to let you Ambazonians know that you have been deceived and very much deceived. In my opening statements on this, our Amba program today, I made you to understand that on the 1st, that was yesterday, I was discussing with a group of young men and women who are below 35 years and not up to 40. All of them were very, very surprised, and they were singing some songs that they taught them in school when the brainwashing from La République du Cameroon was very high. Some of them were swearing fire and brimstone on me that 1st January was never the independence of La République du Cameroon. And they started singing, on the 11th of February, we joined La République du Cameroon. I said, hold it there, hold it there. I said, how did we join? And what was the joining? They didn't know. Ambazonians, please, I beg you, wake up and teach the youths of Ambazonia that we were never one country with La République du Cameroon. Because some of them who are 40 years old, I am telling you that they are still very ignorant because they have been brainwashed. Just like we have the infamous university teachers from La République du Cameroon in the University of Bamenda in Bambili on teaching the children. If you listen to the lecture on economics, the teacher is neither speaking English, no French, no Portuguese, no Italian, not a language that is known. It's not even the Iwondo Bamleke kind or Basa language. But they are teaching our children a language that nobody outside, even outside Ambazonia, will understand, and not even Ambazonians. And people are trying to tell us that we should be comfortable sitting down under such atmosphere to go to where? Well, we are here to let you know that La République had their independence on the 1st of January 1960, and yesterday I personally wished a number of them their happy independence. In fact, I told some it was unhappy independence because they know the crookery and the games they have been playing. That's why they are hiding their birthday. When you find somebody hiding his or her birthday, then there's something fishy. Yeah, the person might have actually changed the real birthday, or the person doesn't know his or her birthday. But unfortunately, La République tried over the years to completely hide it from their citizens, and then they try to make as if we, the Ambazonians, were together with them during their independence. There are every kind of evidences that we can see in material from literal form that La République du Cameroon was never the same nation with Ambazonia. And one of these days, I will be coming up with some of the things to reiterate, because so many young men who are of the age limit that I have told, age group that I've told you, do not even know what's going on. Some of them are still very surprised why we are fighting, because they have never heard and they have never seen the countries we call developed countries today. They never saw how they emerge and evolve and emancipated to become what they are. That's why some of them die on the sea, die in the desert, die in the forest, trying to go to not a newfound land, but an old existing land that is like flowing with milk and honey. But Ambazonians, We were born in Amba land and were given that land by God. But because of what God buried underneath for us, the Ambazonians, to give crumbs to La Republic and give crumbs to other African countries, and especially to some of the European nations, they decided to play a fast one. Ambazonians, do you know that there are still some people in Ambazonian land with education and everything? They still look onto somebody who is white in skin to be a god. No, some of them are real devils. Yes, some of them are real devils who even picked out some passages in the scriptures to enslave us who are created in the image of God. But in our history, as we are unveiling it to you guys and to all of you around the globe, that Ambazonia is a land that was created uniquely by God, and it is going through what the founder of the faith, if we may say so, because Abraham, who is the father of our faith, is said in the scriptures that he was born of Terah in the land of Ur of the Chaldeans, and Terah was an idol worshiper. But God went into that house and brought out Abraham, who became the father of all nations. And after he established the nation called the nation of Israel, a chosen people, Ambazonia became the second. Please don't be jealous. Yes, if you are jealous, just go back to La Republic and find out the churches, the men and women of God that are pulling crowds in that land. They are from Ambazonia, from the chosen race in Africa. And Ambazonians are very intellectual people. That is our history. But their intellectualism is also guided by honesty. And sometimes this honesty is mistaken by the very Ambazonian people. What do I mean? They feel that as they are honest, that is how everybody is honest. The Ambazonian person forgets to know that there is the devil on the other hand and can bring a lot of dishonest people to try to infiltrate into the honest people and make the honest people not really willing and not really liking, but harden their hearts and become dishonest, as we have seen in the past years. Again, I want to let you know that you and I are the people who are counting years and days and months and weeks, but God is eternal. That is why today, the 2nd of January 2023, the day is not different from yesterday, and it's not different from the 31st of December. Nothing physically has actually changed. What I know is that because Jesus came and the course of the world was changed, and they began counting days and months now after him, a lot of people, after they got to know the counting of days and weeks and months, and even the Bible says that actually we should number our days because they are evil. So we began counting days and weeks and months. And last Saturday, a number of people took decisions. But unfortunately, their decisions today have been broken. Those who said they were never going to smoke, some of them are already smoking and biting their finger and saying, "Oh, wretched man that I am, who is going to help me out of this wonderful, this terrible life that I am living?" My dear friend, we the Ambazonians, we are here to let you know that God is very, very concerned about us. And some people are seemingly thinking that God has forgotten us. Why are we in this peril? But I want to let you know that God has not forgotten the Ambazonian people. We are in this peril and we are suffering what we are suffering because the Ambazonian man, who is very honest, thought that everybody was honest. And even though there is no sign or document, because the world goes by documents. If I tell you my name, the next thing will be you ask my identification. That is a piece of paper with my name and possibly my picture written on it. Then you will know that, okay, this is a real person. That is what the world wants to see. And that is what identifies different kinds of people on the face of the earth. Now, in 1927, the League of Nations officially, I don't know whether by mistake or by whatever means, they stepped in and divided the boundaries between La République du Cameroon and the boundaries between Nigeria and Ambazonia, La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia. And the boundaries are still there. They have not been removed. And God, who is the creator of the heavens and the earth, warned in his history book, that do not remove the ancient landmarks which were put there by our forefathers. So even God is concerned about the landmarks, and we are not supposed to remove those landmarks by whatever way and means that we want to do. No, you are not supposed to. Now, as the 55th nation of Africa, I want to encourage Ambazonians to sing it, shout it, tell everybody, because the name that Adam and Eve called all the animals and all the creatures and everything that God made, up to today, that is the name that they are being called. And so I want you to not make a mistake. This year, 2023, sing it with every demonstration that you have. In fact, there are a lot of articles right now that we have, and shortly I'll be showing you part of it to let you know that as Ambazonians, we are gone, and our name has been changed. We are now the number 55 nation of Africa and number 196 of the world. God has recognized us, and the people of the world, whether they like it or not, they must recognize us, and they must recognize us by our new appellation. We have a right, just like our father. Remember, our father changed the name of Abram to Abraham, and the name of Jacob to Israel. So as our father does, so we have the power and the authority to do. And so our new name, 55th nation of Africa, which is actually Ambazonia, must be enshrined into the records and the books of the people of the world. This one is not begging. We are telling them that that is our new identity. If anybody calls you by the old identity, no, tell them that that identity, that man you are talking about, or that place you are talking about died, because we are not to remove our ancient landmarks which the forefathers have set up. And so Ambazonians, I don't know, today is still January 2nd. I would like you to send messages to remind the people of La République du Cameroon of their independence that they just celebrated yesterday. Of course, they have not been celebrating it. They have been hiding it because they know that there are some skeletons in the cupboard. Yes, and this generation has stood up to say, no, we are not going to keep these skeletons and keep the cupboard again locked. The United Nations and the peoples of the world, according to the book, the history book I'm reading, says that when the times will come, a lot of things will be revealed. And that's why the things are being revealed now, where men are insincere to one another. Men are loving only themselves more than the lovers of other people. And we are told to actually, we are told to take care of yourself while taking care of your neighbor. But the nations that believe that they are big, thinking that they are big by their making and by their doing, are getting surprised, because Ambazonia has a history, and this history is not written and given by man. It's a history that is done by God. How can a small nation like this, in between two giant nations, have different cultures, different identities, different language, different likes, and they are very, very unidentified among the two nations? Once you appear in any of the nations, you are identified. That's why La Republique is able to fish out some Ambazonians in their country and silently eliminate them. They are killing them silently because that is their game. Their plan is to kill an average Ambazonia so that they can own the land. They don't care whatever happens, they want to gain the land. Somebody was just telling me that, Pastor, please, the first thing this interim government should do is to get back our land. That Francophones have sold their land, changed their customs, changed their traditions, and they just get up now. If you are that individual who can be a sellout, and you are like Dotan, Korah, and Abiram, who are sellouts, then they can quickly give you a few peanuts and then tell you to become a chief or a representative of a chief by these criminals that are occupying our land. But Ambazonians, there is good news in the pipeline. God the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, whom the interim government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia and its president, Dr. Samuel Ekome, has embraced and announced to the people of Ambazonia that he is on the throne. And the people of Ambazonia have accepted. That is why I want to tell Ambazonians, and of course, in our Amba history, we want to be talking very positive. But just like a lot of people have forgotten that we are talking positive because there is a negative, if we don't tell them the negative that is coming in, they may claim that anybody who calls himself or mentions the name Ambazonia actually knows Ambazonia. But many who know Ambazonia have refused to know Ambazonia. For your information, we shall be having some resource persons this week coming in to talk to us about our history. And please, I have seen a number of people less than 40 years old who come in here, instead of asking questions that will help them to understand where we're coming from, they have decided to join a refuge of lies. And guess what? Every lie has an expiring date. And we have seen down the time, in these 6-7 years, we have seen what has happened and what is transpiring, in fact, in the Ambazonian quest. Because Ambazonia was recognized on the 1st of October 1961, but the game and cunning craftiness of France and other people decided to play a fast game, trying to cover the sun with a finger or with a palm of their hands, or trying to cover the sun with an umbrella. No, it will still shine. The heat may not hit you, but the sun will still shine. So the situation of Ambazonia with La Republic of Cameroon, who are actually neighbors, is as clear as the noonday. And in this year again, I will be repeating a number of things which I have said before, because I know that there are so many people who are ignorant. And please, if you know people who are ignorant, just tell them to humble themselves and ask questions when they see us come on board ABC. Because our purpose here is to educate you, and in the course of educating you, we will not want to leave out the negative influencers that are making you to feel that you were born to be a slave, you were born to be only at the background, you were born to suffer, you were born to pay taxes where they will buy guns and kill you by your neighbors, you were born not to have a saying in the society. Meanwhile, you were born in a particular land attributed to you by God. And because you have grown up in deceit and in ignorance in this 21st century, and with the never again generation of these Ambazonians, some people whose mouths have been muzzled and given some crumbs to put in their mouths and they cannot talk, and who know the truth of what we are talking about, are doing everything to keep you in perpetual bondage. But we are here to tell you that it is not true. When the Republic had their independence, the people of the former British Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, were not there. Please sing this and shout it at the housetop so that the youths who are confused, some of them who are not even real Ambazonians, they are confused. They don't know where they're coming from, because they wandered into Ambazonia through the fishing ports. They wandered into Ambazonia, the land given to the people by God. They tried to take up nationality, but you know, blood is thicker than water. They still don't actually have the feel of the Ambazonian soil in their existence, because they are strangers and they came from far. And these are some of the people, just like if you have gone to Sunday school, you must have heard and read that when the children of Israel left Egypt, they actually were followed by a mixed multitude of the Egyptians. And because of that mixed multitude, they suffered a lot on their way to the promised land. In fact, they were even the cause of the thousands that left Egypt to die on their way before they enter into the promised land, because they were going exactly against what the rules and the laws of entry into that land were all about. And so in our Amba history, we will not hide to tell you of some of the people whom today you look at, you would think that they are Ambazonians, but sincerely they are not. They came from somewhere, and they came in with the one purpose and objective of trying to follow us to Ambazonia, but because they have some little coins and they are selfish and egoistic, and they don't have the love for the millions of people that are suffering, they decide to help themselves. if you go to the DNA of Ambazonia, you will see that such people are not actually 100% Ambazonian blood. But then the Ambazonian blood are the ones that their eyes are red. That every atrocity that La Republic does radicalizes them and make their eyes red, and they are ready not to give up. Some of them who compromised as they were deceived started shouting that there should be no country Sunday. But I'm glad that this morning I saw the pictures of some parts of Ambazonia where country Sunday was observed to the letter. Now, there are some places in Ambazonia that have been taken over by this criminals regime, and when they don't observe the country Sunday in that place, some people who do not know the manipulation and games and tricks of the devil, they start shouting and trying to call the other people who are 100% Ambazonians to join the other ones who are a mixed multitude, especially those who are nearer to La Republique coast. Yes, they have a lot of La Republicans that have come in there. In fact, some of them were called the 11th province in those days of Ahijo, and then those of them who ran into Ambazonia and gotten land title and trying to form their chieftaincy in places that are purely for the Ototones. They are the ones also that are a mixed multitude because they have the Antons of their great-grandfathers buried on the other side of the river. And then that is still speaking because it is a lineage, it is a generation, and is connected by the umbilical cord to on the ground where it was buried. So Ambazonians, we must and we have been set free, first of all, by our God Almighty, and we must get into our land. Now, La Republique, which is not actually La Republique, because if you look at them, sincerely speaking, you will pity them. So anybody in this Ambazonian struggle who is angry with La Republique population in La Republique or even in our land, yes, in our land, I can permit you to be angry with them for very, how do I put it? Very little. Because they are the ones that are leaking out information. They are the mixed multitude. But if you look at an average Republican right in their land, you will see that they're living in misery. And if we have said, and we have said, that our Amba history is controlled by the creator of the heavens and the earth, whom we have adopted and taken as our father, or who has adopted us and taken us as his children, and we are putting everything in his presence, then we should pick up his character. And what is character? His character is fight to get your property from the hands of the devil, but never be angry with the devil. What do I mean by angry? I mean bearing grudge. Like some people whom La Republique has intoxicated, and they want us to cross over to the other side of the Mongo and fight. That's a land that is blessed, but it is cursed because the people that inhabit the land brought in devils to be their associates, and we will never associate with such people. There is nothing to envy in La Republique du Cameroon, whether it's people or their land or their products. There is nothing to envy there. The only thing that will make you to envy La Republique du Cameroon is when you don't know what you have. Because if you know what you have and value what you have, you will chase them out of your land and you will inherit your land. I want to tell Ambazonians, in this year 2023, the end has come for La Republique in Ambazonia. It is at this time that they will know who owns the land. Yes, the masters and the people of the land have shown forth. And you who has been a thief for 99 days, the one day that's remaining for the master, I want to let you know the one day is here. And because that one day is here, I want to encourage you that as you have that one day, please get ready to take over your land from the Ali Babas and the 40 thieves. They have done what they have done. So as from now, we the Ambazonians of the southern Cameroon should be free to always tell the people of our nation, yes, of where we are coming from. Now, one of our brothers, who is a bona fide Ambazonian, with the blood of Ambazonia flowing in his blood streams, he says he is an original Ambazonian and knows that Ambazonia has been taken back from the hands of the unscrupulous fellows. And he knows the person who took back that land. And he is asking me permission. He said, Mr. Historian, please, can you allow me to also tell the people of Ambazonia? If you just give me 2 minutes, that will be okay. But let me tell the Ambazonians something that they should know, that he is reigning in Ambazonia. And who is he that's reigning in Ambazonia? Just sit down and listen together with me. Just listen.
This time, now Jesus the reign.
Yes, that is who reigns in Ambazonia. And you can see me, I have changed. If you look at what I'm putting on, say Ambazonia, the 55th nation of Africa. Let me bring it closer to you on the camera so that you can read it very well. Ambazonia, the 55th nation of Africa. Can you see that? That is the land we are talking about. That we are not arguing with flesh and blood. Sometimes it's not good to undress before a camera, but I'm going to do now to let you know that the Ambazonia we are talking about is real. And even though people make statements and talk some things, this is the Ambazonia. Can you see? Ambazonia, the 50th nation of Africa. All right, I will try to see if I can do it. If you can read what is written there on the back, you will see from from October 1st, 1961 to October 1st, 2022, we have the 61st anniversary of the people of Ambazonia. That is who we are. And a number of people are asking some questions here, of whom I know that these are some of the young men and young women that were born, I called it yesterday, because when you come into Ambazonia and you don't know your history, you'll be crying over spilled milk. Yeah, you'll be crying over spilled milk. Now, somebody wrote here, revolutionary greetings to Ambazonian, the 55th nation in Alkebulan, aka Africa. Okay, Alkebulan. Wow, this is a new name that I'm finding here. So Africa is called Akebulan. All right. And somebody says, yeah, we are watching. Thank you very much. May God help us through this year and free us from pain. Your prayer is answered, my brother. And somebody also write, we have already taken our rightful independence. French Cameroon will never ever keep us as one French Cameroon. We shall continue to empower, educate some of our coward, weak, unpatriotic, indigenous, wow, this is grammar, indigenous Ambazonians who are in denial, ashamed to be Ambazonians, or prefer blood money, breadcrumbs. Thank you very much for this wonderful write-up. I think that it is high time we, the Ambazonians, begin to tell our fellow Ambazonians exactly what is going on. And somebody watching from Douala, La Republique. Okay, Happy New Year. Thank you very much, my brother watching from La Republique. That is powerful. Then somebody said, this is the truth, the true meaning of our identity. Ambazonia is our identity. One love, brethren and sisters of the 50. Welcome, brethren. What is it? Okay, one love, brethren and sisters of the 55th nation in Aka Al Kebulan, aka Africa. One love, brethren. Wow. Please, Ambazonians, as from now, we should take out the name Southern Cameroons off our tongues and call it Ambazonia is free. One love. Wow. I like this. You see, when Ambazonians realize, remember I told you that as an Ambazonian, I am so proud to be an Ambazonian. You know why? Because when God created me and put me in Ambazonia, He endowed me with a lot of talents that I should be able. That's why I'm sharing. And that's why in our Amba history, we are not here to, throw down people and build up people. No, we are here to tell the truth. We are here to educate you. We are here to advise you. We are here to warn you. Now, if we are here to educate you, we must tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly so that you can be in equilibrium. We have just come here and tell you the good, the good, the good, the good. The wicked ones that are a mixed multitude that are with us, they will continue to cause their havoc, shout the name of Ambazonia. Meanwhile, they are the mixed multitude that have received something and they are taking you elsewhere. That's why we must make the difference. And when we come here in our Amba history, I will call the names of some people as we'll be doing this week. As we'll be doing this week, I may not be the person calling the names, but there are a lot of people who are elderly people in Ambazonia, 60, 70, and above, that will be coming on this platform this very year, 2023, to tell us a little bit of our history again, so that you can know that when God says that there is a difference between light and darkness, even if you don't believe it in the events that are unfolding around you. I have been given the opportunity. It is not a right, but it's an opportunity, and I cannot abuse it, to be number one, from Ambazonia; number two, a child of God; number three, a seer; and number four, a historian. Now, if I have been given all these, these gifts and these talents, I cannot bury them. That is why you find me coming up here to educate you. And those of you who are 30 years, 35 years, 39 years, 40 years downwards, instead of you learning, you come in here with emotions. Like somebody say, where people are dying, they are shedding innocent blood now. Why can we not do it? Excuse me. If you listen to our president, Dr. Samuel, this is a man who has the people in his mind. This is a man who understands. And I want to let you know that before any freedom comes, some people will go. Some people have to pay for it. When the whole world was getting into chaos, after they have tried everything to make sure that the world should live in harmony, what happened? Jesus came in the volume of books as it is written, and it was one of the strong political men, leaders of the day, that called the rest of the people and said, no, it's better for one person to die than for the whole world to perish. And so also, for 8 million to 10 million Ambazonians to perish, it's better for some people to go. And we have discovered that the people who stood up on the side of God to defend our land have been destroyed by the mixed multitude that is amongst us. And I hear somebody talking here let me go ahead. Please, Ambazonians, somebody write again. This say, please, Ambazonians. No, that I've read that one. It says our president Sarko has activated mass economic sabotage on everything French Cameroon in 2023, including their heartless francophone blood money business and business people who are spies, agents of the genocidal agent or genocidal master in Yaoundé, who have been collecting taxes from their business people in Ambazonia to pay their terrorist bee, killing our people daily, burning their villages. Now, I'm looking for that one of that person who actually is very emotional. Everybody is feeling. Let me tell you, there is no country in the world that chickened out when they were fighting for their independence as the terrorists and the usurpers came in to take their land and they surrendered. No, they did not surrender. Ambazonia will not and cannot surrender. Let me tell you. So if you are very emotional in your feelings, go to La Republic and tell them to stop what they are doing. Our president in his New Year's speech said that when you are talking about a ceasefire, it's the person who kindled the fire that should cease the fire. Yes, you cannot call me to come and quench a fire that I did not join you in kindling, in setting up, or in lighting. Now, if I am coming in there, I'll come in the side of help, not me initiating. We did not initiate this war. We were in our land. Now, somebody said, we appreciate you for your endeavor to liberate our sovereign nation. Thank you, brethren. Okay. Amba has never been an independent state. That's what somebody is writing here. Amba has never been an independent state. What was their flag independence? Which international organization did they sign in? Did the UN recognize them as an independent state? What was their what this is a very wonderful question. I'll keep it for my people to answer it tomorrow. The men of Ambazonia will be answering this question. What was their, let me see, what was their national anthem? What was their currency? What was their national boundary? Wow. Amba gained its independence on the basis of joining French Cameroon. They asked to either again gain independence by joining Nigeria or French Cameroon. Why distort history? Before the First World War divided Cameroon, we were first of all one under Germany. Then you should go and bring in all the Central Africa, the Gabon, and everything. But that was the one Cameroon that we had at that time, Madame. Or this one is writing like a small girl and also trying to talk like a matured person. But I think that you have a lot of distorted facts, and I may be suspecting if you are not a mixed multitude, you may definitely be very ignorant, and we appreciate your questions. I will put them down, and tomorrow, definitely, we'll get our Ambazonian people to actually answer these questions to help you. Yes, to help especially you. Yes, to help you who is asking this question so that you can understand the questions. All right. So, I mean, you can understand the answers, not the questions. All right, let's go. It still goes on to say, why okay say well, before the first world okay yeah, I've read that one. Why cutting history on the road? I am a true nozo born. I don't understand what is meant by nozo. We are all dying on GZ. I don't know what is GZ. And you people are abroad on social media manipulating us without remorse. I pity you. Okay, uh, this you see this appellation nozo. I cannot understand from the person. This must be either the 11th province somebody or an infiltrator of La Republique du Cameroon who is still using nozo and ground zero. That's what I'm trying to understand. In any case, the people who were there, who can tell true history, not what you learned from the distorted, on educating school system that La Republic has brought in. I'm sure that if you tune in tomorrow, let me see whether who is this, Vivian Lemfon. Vivian Lemfon. Well, the name sounds the name of Ambazonia, and I should think that this is out of ignorance. Yes, we will teach you tomorrow, please. Thank you. Who is the Amba president? Well, many presidents are ruling one country. Uh, that's the figment of your imagination. We have the interim government where our president made a speech and has been making speeches and has been talking. If you don't know, I want to inform you our president is Dr. Samuel Ekome Sako for the people of Ambazonia, the British Southern Cameroon. Now, why are you not caring about the blood that spills every day? God is watching you people. Thank you very much. I'm so happy that God is watching, because when God is watching, that is where we know that the truth and justice will be meted out. But if it's you who is talking that you are watching, I'm sure we'll be in trouble. But thank God, God is watching. And again, don't be so emotional. Tell the people who are spilling the blood every day, who brought the blood every day, to go to their own land. That is what. Are you calling to talk online? Hello, hello, this is Amba TV. Are you calling to talk here because we are on a program, or you are calling for. Come again?
Trying to answer the lady that is talking there.
Okay, okay.
I thought I should just know the few points to that lady
Okay.
to know First of all, thank you, Pastor Komando, for the program. Today is the second from January, the year of our Lord 2023. It's a privilege for us to see another year. And just to answer that little girl, or I don't know, the ignorant person that we are talking there to, I want to let her know that if she's so concerned about bloodshed, let her go and talk to her like,
Yeah.
to withdraw forces from our land and stop the bloodshed.
Right.
That we did not cross into La Republique to kill French people. It is the French people that crossed into Ambazonia to kill us.
Yeah.
And she said that she doesn't know international boundary. I don't know where she's based, but let me tell her that if you go to Matazon, we are away from Bamenda into Bafusam, you are going to see a custom post there. If you are so ignorant that you don't even know why that custom post is there, let me tell you that that is our boundary between La Republique and Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia on the side of the north with Bafusam. That is where our boundary is. If you go to Mongo, there's another custom post there. If you go to everywhere, even to Lebialem, there are pillars separating us from La Republique. But the reason why you have it at Mongo and in Matazem is because those are the two international highways that join the two countries together. And so if you are in 11 province, talking Ozo, go and ask your forefathers, why is it that the Makizas, when Aijo was killing Makizas, who were mostly UPC people that were your 11 province brothers, why is it that when they entered Ambazonia, the French Cameroon military could not come? Why? Because they could not cross international boundaries into another country. They could not cross international boundaries into another country, and that is why we shelter people. And that is why I, Pastor Victor, is still saying that if Camto has become very, very ungrateful to God and cannot even appreciate the people of Ambazonia to the fact that they sheltered their people when La Republique was cutting their heads and put on a pole, and now he wants to even side with La Republique, let me tell him that God is going to frustrate them very well, because they are showing sign of ingratitude to God, that we will shelter them. They are all over in Amazonia, Kumba, Tumo, all of them, they are all there. And you are coming to ask us where international boundaries are. It looks like you are 25-year-old, you don't know no history, and just listen to the program and be educated. Don't come defensively. Don't come with a defensive weapon. If you don't go to the math class that you don't know mathematics and you go to challenge your teacher, come in there with a heart that is willing to learn, and they will teach you the history. That's just a little I want to talk to that our little sister, that let her, if she says people are dying, let her tell French government to stop sending its troops into Amazonia to kill us. That is the best way to stop the fight and to stop the people that are dying. Thank you, Reverend Commando. If I have any reason to call you, then I'll do that. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. This is a true Ambazonia telling you, madam, or whoever you are, to come into this class. Like I said, we are not here to condemn anybody. We are here to educate you. We are here to advise you. We are here to warn you. And when you are coming in with your distorted mind, please don't come in arguing. Okay, I have some other person calling. Hello, this is ABC Amba TV on our history. All right. I think that was a mistake call there. So thank you very much, Reverend, for that advice to this lady. I don't know whether, like I said, the name sounds Ambazonian name, but I know that so many of the people who ran and came from the other side, they took up our names. All right, we'll have another caller calling to talk to us. Hello, sir. You are on to ABC Amba TV on our Amba history. The microphone is yours.
Yes, thank you, Pastor Komando.
Yes,
I just called because you read something that someone tried to undereducate you.
I know.
Trying to say that Ambazonia never achieved independence and this and whatsoever.
Yes.
The person is saying that before our country was one before they divided it under Germany. There was no country under Germany. Under Germany, it was a German protectorate, like a colony.
Yeah.
So we are talking about independence of countries, sovereignty of countries. So except of countries like Abyssinia, most of Africa were colonized, and a few countries that started achieving independence. We talk of Guinea of Sekou Touré, I think 1958 and whatsoever. So Southern Cameroon and La Republique, they were both Category B trust mandated and trust territories of the United Nations. And the goal was that they had to prepare them for independence, to achieve independence. So La Republique was prepared to achieve her own independence. We're also supposed to achieve our own independence. So the territorial integrity of La Republique are the boundaries that La Republique achieved her independence with on the 1st of January 1960, with a total landscape of 432,000 square kilometers. They were also registered at the United Nations on the 20th of September 1960, maintaining the same boundaries. That is the reason why in 2011, the United Nations representative gave Paul Biya two maps. They gave Paul Biya two maps because there was because they still have the Cameroons in their archives. So if that fellow is trying to say that we achieve independence by joining or we're like this, let La Republique bring any union treaty to the Swiss table and show us why are they afraid. Why are they afraid? We voted in a plebiscite. And the United Nations said the administering authority, which is Great Britain, together with the government of Southern Cameroon and the government of La Republique, should sit and finalize the terms of joining together. That never happened. So that is the reason why we are saying that La Republique should maintain her boundaries as she also rectified them through the African Union Constitutive Act Article 4B to maintain her boundaries as she achieved the day of her independence.
Yeah.
So these are things that So these are things that people need to come and come and tell us that, oh, what was your currency, what was your this, what was your this and whatsoever. It has no bearing. The maps and the boundaries of Cameroon are still frozen as we achieved it on the day of independence. So there is nothing that someone is coming here to tell us about joining. How can you say that, oh, we were one under Germany? Okay, let the person go and tell United Nations and France that they should hand over La Republique to Germany because it was a German territory. They should hand La Republique back to Germany. Why is La Republique under France? If they, why is it under France?
Yeah.
Why is it that they cannot shape Africa again to be like under the Ghanaian Empire, the empires of Western Sudan, Sokoto Empire, and all those kind of things? We are talking of modern concept of nation creation, which per the 1933 Montevideo Declaration stated that a country should have internationally recognized boundaries. A country should have a government. A country should have a people. Like our people were declared a people in Banjul. So these people know all of their history, and they keep on going left and right and whatsoever. Okay, if we were one, why is it that they are giving La Republic is trying to give a special status? How do you give a special status to part of your country? How do you give a special status to part of your country? Paul Biya himself said that they try to assimilate us and fail. How do you try to assimilate part of your country?
Your people,
Said, so there was once the capital of Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon. What was the meaning of Southern Cameroon? So all these people, and the bad thing is that all of these things are things that go out there from those who call themselves Anglophones. Even Francophones cannot say it. Even when we went to join with them, We never did anything. And even the constitution that they tried to bring out, they said that Article 47 said La forme de l'État ne doit pas changer. A federation of two states of equal status. Why did they change it? So Francophones, they themselves, they know all of these things. Resolution 1608, all these things, but only some Anglophones, because they think that they have to join La Republic, or you say something in favor of CPDM or what, you are going to you are going to be a privileged slave and all the like. So we are going to win. Let those who claim, like the Musu and the rest, who claim that La Republic has legal authority over us, tell La Republic to bring the papers, bring all the union treaty, everything, and come to the table for Swiss talks, and then we will tell them that okay, you are right.
They are trying to fabricate them.
Thank you.
They are trying to fabricate. Thank you very much, caller. Like I said, we are here to educate. We are here to correct. And when you come in here, please come in with a mind of learning. And if you don't understand something, don't come defensive. Like, let me continue to read what Vivian wrote. People be done wise. No way to manipulate again. Well, somebody answer said, but you know wise, dear, for you are still in the wilderness. For you are still in wilderness. Then somebody, and then the Vivian again, right? Come to Cameroon, or send your family to come and sacrifice yourselves to. Now, why are you abroad saying that people should sacrifice their lives? I understand where this fellow is coming from. All right, and then another person, right? Please, Reverend, there's a certain Monroe, what did talk? Certain Marvel Joe who is really spitting fire on some of our lost musicians who destroyed their talent by forcing themselves to please La Republic by singing both in poor English. Okay, singing both in poor English, let me see, poor English and poor French, ending up singing jargons. Please, sir, if this guy could have an opportunity to speak on our national TV, Amba TV, so he could speak some sense to these who lost musicians, artists, those our lost musician artists. Thanks very much. Ambazonia is free. Last, thank God. Okay, let the musician get connected to me. My number is there on the screen, and we'll talk with him. And he shall come here to talk to the Ambazonian people and bring back our lost talents, like this. Our person who is talking here. Let me hear what I just calling. Hello, you are on to ABC Amba TV. Do you want to say something to our program, our Amba history?
Oh my God. I was just going to wish you Happy New Year. But
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, why not?
Thank you so much. It's a wonderful new year. Let me get this caller. I'll get back to you and we'll talk at the background. God bless you for telling the people of Ambazonia Happy New Year. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hello?
Good evening in Ambazonia. This is ABC Amba TV. You have something to say?
Hello?
Yes, you are on ABC Amba TV, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon. I just want to contribute to what the predecessors have just spoken concerning that young lady who called.
Yes. She did not call. She's writing.
Okay, she's writing.
She's writing.
I don't know if you know that. Does she know that Southern Cameroon was the first country in Africa to have democratically elected a government and they handed over peacefully?
Yeah.
We had a government in Bunia before La Republique had a government. They had the independence in 1961 and 1961. Then the boundaries, I don't emphasize the boundary, you already explained to her. Because I've worked in that country, La Republique. You don't have custom in the country. Custom are always the borders, as you explained. You have custom at the Matters and Santa, custom at Mongo, that's the southern side, custom at Idinam with Nigeria, custom at the Cork with Nigeria, and I have worked in the eastern province. When you leave the custom post in Modica or Matazam, you will drive up to Yaoundé Bay. I've worked in east until you get to Bandung, Congo before you see other customs. And then you have customs at the airport, because airport is also considered the border. So that's a real demarcation. I don't know if that lady has ever seen the young girl has seen the boundary stones are still there all over. The boundary stones that were planted at Independence are there. She don't even go on social media, she would have seen them. And then there's a video that just circulating on social media of just this week. The 1961, the only time La Republic celebrated independence, 1961, 1st of January. Dignitaries from other countries were invited, and John Fonta was invited.
Yeah,
Was invited
yeah,
as a
I saw it.
private
Yeah,
He was there. These are president of other country. He was shown as a dignitary from his own country who went there.
yeah, I saw it.
So those are things that, in fact, I think God have consult history book or consult somebody who knows history to explain. And if you want to learn, like come and learn, and coming in saying that argumentative way to learn.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pa. You see, we said that the Amba ABC TV is here on our Amba history to educate. Sometimes you are believing something and holding on to something which is wrong, and that's why you behave very wrongly. And you are telling us to come and quench the fire. We did not set the fire. So if you were listening to history and you know your history, you will go to the right person to come and quench the fire, as our president said during the New Year speech. And if you say you don't know our president, well, I will advise you to go back. You can contact me, and I will show you who our president is. All the other groups that you are calling in your village there, I know there is somebody of, there are so many presidents in that place. The Njangi House president. You know how Njangi House is in that place where you are. If you are actually in Ambazonia, we have a lot of Njangi houses in Ambazonia. And the leaders of that Njangi houses are all presidents. So when you are telling me that the president of this and that, it means that you are not an Ambazonia as per se, you know. Anyway, we are not here to condemn you. We are here to tell you that in our Amba history, we educate people, we teach people, we answer you, and we ask you to be very humble to learn. Because if you are not humble to learn, well, you will end up in a very bad way. Now, somebody also says here, after independence, will Amba go and take back the British Northern Cameroon? That's another question that somebody asking. Well, I think this is another question. Our historians are going to come in here and tell you about Northern Cameroon. If we had surrendered to La République de Cameroon by signing a unity treaty with them, there would have been no way for us to come out. But let me tell you that very briefly, Northern Cameroon actually decided to join Nigeria, and their boundaries were frozen on the 1st of October 1960, and they became part and parcel of Nigeria, madam. I mean, Mr. Whoever asked this question. Okay, I think it's still I don't know who asked it. So that is what it is. And if you want to really learn, Vivian, I think that this is a place for you to learn. If you want to learn mathematics, you go to a technical school, you know, you may not learn the pure maths that will make you to join with physics and be a physician. You'll be learning mechanics, you know, that will make you to be. Anyway, let's go on. Well, our time is soon up, and tomorrow is another day. We are going to come back and have this show. I mean, not a show. We have this program to educate our people. Our business is educating our people. And when we come in to educate you, please be humble enough to accept our education, and you will be a better person tomorrow. Okay, carry on your frustration to La Republic. You sardine eater, you will not stop the war. Okay, slave. Oh no. Please, Wisdom Jim, remember, here on ABC Amba TV, we educate. We don't insult. We educate. When you come in your craftiness, we will answer you in your craftiness. If you come in your sincerity, we will answer you in your sincerity. So that we are just assuming that maybe you didn't actually know, and today you should know. That is why we create what we are creating. Now, I mean, that's why we are talking what we are talking here in the Amba TV. And as you can see me, I have gone and changed and put on our new appellation, Ambazonia, the 55th nation of Africa. Vivian still asks and says, after independence, will Amba go to take back British? Okay, she's the one who asked that question that somebody already answered. Well, Vivian, again, we are saying that Northern Cameroons joined Nigeria because Northern Cameroon had a different government and British Southern Cameroon had a different government. That's why they call the Northern and the Southern Cameroons. Okay? Now, in our history, we put things very clear. When Nigeria was to get their independence, the question that was asked to British Southern Cameroons to join Nigeria or to join La République du Cameroon, we did not join La République du Cameroon. And that is why, even if we did, the instructions that were given by the United Nations to make sure that the administering authority in British Southern Cameroon and the administering authority for La République du Cameroon should join together with La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia and then sign a document which will be deposited at the United Nations that we are now one nation. It did not happen. That is where we are standing. It did not happen. So make sure I remind you that the British Southern Cameroons did not join La République du Cameroon. Okay? So if you have gotten that, then we can go ahead. Now, people, madam, whether you are madam or you are whatever, people all over the place, I can see your picture here. I think you're a small girl. Are you up to 40, madam? I'm sorry, I'm not insulting you. Now, if you are not up to and you don't want to learn, we'll not waste our time on you, because if you are telling that people should come from the diaspora and come and fight, the people in the diaspora did not start the fight. If they had started the fight, they would have been there to fight. They would have stopped the fighting. We are helping you who are at home front to stop La Republique from invading you and giving you crumbs. But if you have chosen to die as a slave and you don't want to learn and you don't want to listen, I have told you that even when Jesus came to save the world, it was very, very obvious that he should die so that you can be saved. So it's very obvious that La Republic, who has come with force, cannot take our land by force. One of the participants here just told you that Ambazonia, called the former British Southern Cameroon, was one of the first countries in Africa to do democratic elections and hand it over without a gunshot. We joined La République du Cameroon, if you say so. We're planning to join them. There was no gunshot. Why should we want to leave them now and there is a gunshot? It's because they are trickish. It's because they are liars, you know. So, madam, be very, very ready to learn and to understand, because if you do that, it will help you. Yes, it will help clear your mind. But if you are already biased with the people in the diaspora, nobody stop you from going to the diaspora, please. So don't get into emotional blackmail of those who are in the diaspora. If you want to go to the diaspora, there is that opportunity. Some are even passing through the bush now to go to the diaspora. So you can try. Anyway, fellow Ambazonians, we want to end here today. That was a bit of our history for today. And we want to thank all of you who came on board and you participated. Remember, this is 2023. I don't want to be very rude to anybody. We'll answer you and talk to you to understand. But if you are adamant and you don't want to understand what we are saying, you have a free choice to go and be a continuous slave to La République du Cameroon. Meanwhile, those who don't want to be slaves, we shall make sure that we get out from being in La République du Cameroon. For today, Jesus is still reigning in Ambazonia, and I want to thank all of you who have been on board with me today on our history. Tomorrow is another opportunity, and I'll be announcing to you some of the people that are coming in. On Wednesday, get ready, 5 p.m. Amba time. Barrister Fru is going to be with me here in the studios. And on Thursday, 5 p.m. Amba time, Barrister Timothy is going to be here with me. And tomorrow, I'm still waiting. I may be announcing tomorrow the person coming into the studios with us. And on Friday, we are looking for, if you know Amba history, please get in touch with this number. I will bring you on board to share with the Ambazonian people. And you who wrote about the musician, please let me have the musician contact me so we can plan for him to come on Ambazonia. Somebody wrote here, Ambazonia is free. I agree to that. Somebody wrote here, and the black legs don't learn. Oh. Sir, this is black leg. Okay, well, again, we want to give a benefit of doubt to Vivian Lemfon, who is writing. And thank you very much once again. Our time is up, and Jesus is reigning in Ambazonia. See you tomorrow, same time on our